Now, Cow, we're about to start the episode. Did you brush your tongue? Did you polish your horns? Did you tickle your udders? Now I need to eat something before we begin. I feel quite peckish. Nom, nom, nom. Okay, silence on the set, Cow. Now, in the inimitable words of Candace Kane, hit it! Well, hey, you're here. You've made it. Hoorah! And where is here, you may ask? Good question. This is the MindGriller Server. And as our faithful viewers may know, and that means both of you, I'm Gravity, and over there's Cow. The most attentive among you may notice that I am standing upon a redstone contraption that we saw in our last episode. Now, as with most redstone, I'm quite curious about how it does whatever it does. So I thought before I start engaging with items on my to-do list, that Cow and I would take a look and see if we could figure it out. Before we depart, I would like to point out that there may be train spotters among us. Now, the most faithful among you may know that Cow and I are famously train spotters. That's quite exciting to spot someone engaging in a leisure activity in a public place. We have observed that many train spotters maintain notebooks or use apps to log the numbers and types of locomotives they see. Not a bit like rats, pigeons, or ants. If you see one, there's likely to be more nearby. Now you may be aware of the cultural perception of train spotters. Beyond engaging in a weird and somewhat quirky hobby and demonstrating a firm but persistent rebuke of current fashion trends, train spotting is respected within certain circles for its dedication to preserving railway history and knowledge. And then there was that movie. Anyways, let us return to our investigation currently in progress, which is of course an investigation into what this redstone configuration actually does. And Cow's gonna help. Now, full credit where credit is due. All the redstone is... Oops. Now it turns out a lever on a trapdoor is a universally bad idea. Who knew? Now, of course, I can edit that out in post. I would never. Anyways. Now, take two. All I have to do is flick this lever. And our experiment has begun. Now, look here. The minecart with Cow is sort of following a figure 8. I am quite intrigued. How is this even possible? Now, I think this calls for a closer observation. Some of you may be concerned that cows are not known for traveling at high speeds, but I have it on good personal authority that Cow loves roller coasters. His favorite is Untamed. It's a hybrid steel wool roller coaster at Wallaby, Holland. It was designed by Alan Schilke, and it was manufactured by Rocky Mountain Construction in 2019. It features a unique layout with 5 inversions, which at the time was a record. Untamed also throws his riders around with 14 airtime moments and a distinctive element called a 270 degrees double inverting corner stall, whatever that is. Now, I'm feeling a little missilic. Back to the matter at hand. Look here at what this redstone is doing. The minecart passes over the detector rail, which sends a pulse to the copper bulb. And the copper bulb behaves sort of like a light switch. When switched on, the bulb stays on. But in this case, it's controlling this curved rail. So one time at the intersection, the cart goes to the right, and then the next time the cart goes straight through the intersection. That's quite exciting. Hey, this has been a successful examination. Now, Cow, normally this would be the part where you return to the station to disembark. But since I didn't build a station, I guess I'm just gonna have to stand in front of the cart. My toes. Look here, a simple attachment of a lead and pull. Ta-da! Now, if our experiment here was an actual roller coaster, it would be a hybrid stand-up coaster, as opposed to a steel or wood coaster. There are further taxonomic classifications, such as inverted, flying, floorless, sit-down, and wing. But there are also specialized types, such as a launched roller coaster, a spinning roller coaster, a wild mouse. No one wants to go on one of those. And a wholly unironically named fourth dimension, where the seats rotate independently of the train's movement. But that's not all. There's also other notable types, such as a terrain coaster, an indoor coaster, a water coaster, and a single rail coaster. And a drop coaster. Cow, hold on. We're about ready to hit the first fall. Now, hands in the air. Hanging on is for nitwits. And for people with a normal sense of self-preservation. Hurrah! Now it appears that this building was built into a complex terrain. I suppose the next item on our to-do list, Cow, is to figure out where the entrance is. How hard can it be? Now, as pointed out in my previous video, this appears to be an early industrial age factory. The first modern factory is considered the Cromford Mill in Derbyshire, England. It was established by Richard Arkwright in 1771. It was not uncommon for such factories to be connected to the textile industry. Working conditions were quite atrocious. Early factories were typically operated with 2 12-hour shifts, running day and night, with children as young as 7 or 8 working long hours in dangerous conditions, which included poor ventilation, loud machinery, and little regard for worker safety. But even so, the rise of factories led to a massive migration of people from rural areas to urban centers, dramatically changing the demographic landscape. Look here, typical factory bosses. That means we must be getting close to the... Oh, here's the entrance. Now it's not like Cow and I to walk in like we own the place, only because I say it isn't. Wow, check this place out, it's huge. Now a huge cavernous factory like this, with no apparent function, is quite spooky. And now, speaking of no apparent function, today's episode is brought to you by the kind people at Reewe's Cookie Cutter Clumps. Reewe's Cookie Cutter Clumps. A little sawdust can't hurt you. Now, and anyways. Cow, do you hear that? Is it coming from under the floor or outside? Now, I can't be sure, but I keep hearing mobs. Now, sometimes it sounds like it's not really close, and other times it sounds like it's right next to me. I'm hearing moaning and groaning and the rattling of bones. Is it coming from up above? I'm quite confused about... Oh, Cow, you hear it too? Now, don't worry, it's not phantoms, but it seems to be a little bit louder over here. Now, Cow, I just had a thought. This factory is big enough that phantoms can spawn inside, and I don't know the last time that I slept or set my spawn. Cow, I'm sure you have also noticed that in such dim light, this factory has taken on a spooky persona. Its rusted beams and shattered windows are casting long shadows that dance like phantoms in the night. Oh, now, Cow, I'm sorry. I didn't mean phantoms like those kind of phantoms. I was only using a creative turn of phrase, like a phantom limb, phantom pregnancy, fictitious entities, phantom power, phantom menace. Don't worry, I didn't see it and I don't plan to. Phantom army, and phantom of desire, phantom of the opera, which at 2 hours and 30-minute runtime is a special kind of pain. Now look here. Now there's something spooky down there. No need to find out at this very instant what it is. And this other lever, oh look, it sent a minecart down below. Wow, now, what the jumpin' Bahosaphat is going on here? Hey, now look here. Did you see what I saw? The cleverest among you will have noticed there was someone behind the windows. Maybe they are the owners and operators of this factory. And in here, I see a very convenient bed. Now, since I haven't set my spawn, if I were to die, and there's no chance of that, I have no idea where my spawn is, and then maybe it's quite difficult to find my way back here to Cow, and his separation anxiety would kick in, and it would be terrible. It looks to me like maybe it's late enough in the evening that I can go to sleep now. Look at this guy. I had a name tag. I name him Ozzy. Anyways, I think I was mentioning there are quite a few important things on my to-do list. I couldn't tell you what they are because I don't remember, but I'm sure there's quite a few of them. And the world's most unfriendly cat, I'm quite afraid of him. So I will sleep on the other side of the bed in case he has fleas. And good night. Pleasant dreams, don't let the bedbugs bite. Well, hey now, do you ever have dreams that you can't remember? I have them all the time. Even when I was young, I didn't remember my dreams. I don't know why that is. Last night, I almost had a dream that I remembered, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't, and I didn't. In last night's, let's call it a gaseous field of potential vaporware, I saw a holy craptastic view of the future of Minecraft, where everything you see is AI generated in a cesspool of vomit-inducing, pixel-crunching venom. Oh, and Cow was there? More than once, and I had to view the world through a teeny torture box, and at the end of the world there was a threat. I don't remember, something about a glimpse into the future, and then in a threatening anonymous font were the ominous words, "What's next?" Just imagine. And then, and perhaps this was the most terrifying part, there was no closing punctuation. Just saying. Now, as our most loyal viewers will know, we are not ones here to make fun of AI or to hide in a virtual bomb shelter. AI is a tool or a medium just like any other, and its goodness or badness is highly dependent on, well, on humans, who themselves are more or less reliable depending on who you ask. And ask we shall. Frequent viewers of this channel, and that means both of you, will know that we know someone quite smart we can ask. Now, when will AI take the place of all Mojang employees? /AIGF.
I have provided no evidence or indication that I will take the place of all Mojang employees in the foreseeable future.
Nah, well, AI with a sense of humor. I don't know if that's exactly what we need, but okay, there it is. Now, anyways, and as much as, seeing that I have no intention of adding to the ignorant chorus of voices calling AI the boogeyman, because it's not, but I think we were all shown where the boogeyman lives, just saying. Anyways, now with that being said, and due to Cow's bone-chilling separation anxiety, sadly, it's time for us to say our goodbyes. Goodbye, so long. See you later. Tot ziens. Tot zo.